I woke up that morning to the very familiar smell of cigarette smoke and black coffee. The sounds of my dad moving in the cab of his truck were familiar to me. I had woken up in the cab of his semi many times, but this is the first time that the sound of waves were in the background. I was about 8 years old on this occasion, but as a little background, before 5th grade, I had seen 40 of the continental United States from the passenger seat of my dad's semi-truck, which is a pretty good vantage point for a kid. You can see a lot from up there. But never the ocean. I'd been as far west as Denver, as far east as Virginia. I'd been all over the South, and I'd been as north as Michigan, Wisconsin, but never to the beach. We soon left that parking spot in the park on the beach, and the sounds of the waves and the smell of the ocean quickly faded. I never got to put my feet into the sand. As we were leaving, my dad drove a truck in a way that's neither romantic or poetic. It's just a function of the job, and he could smoke Camel non-filters with the left hand because he was shifting gears, and the coffee holder was in reach of his right hand. We made our way to the center of Florida. I had chocolate milk and a donut that he had picked up that morning, and I was back into my spot in the passenger seat when the beach disappeared and the lowlands of Florida turned into that kind of boring drive. But then I saw the first sign, Mickey Mouse. That first billboard. I thought, nah, surely not. Disney World? Got a little closer, more billboards, and we're still moving in the direction of Mickey's house. This is pretty good. This is better than breakfast and chocolate milk and donuts at this point. And he turns off the interstate. I'm starting to see like all the Mickey ears stuff, like the light poles that are Mickey ears and the signs and the stores. Then he pulled into the parking lot of the Magic Kingdom in his truck, without the trailer, just the rig, 10 wheels of a rig. And that was all the confirmation I needed. We're paying for parking. I'm out of the seat, and there's a space between the seats in a rig where the gear shift moves. I'm standing there, which is a place you normally do not stand because you're in your dad's way. And I'm watching at the window as he talks to the lady. And she's trying to direct him to the delivery entrance. He says, no, we're here for the Magic Kingdom. 2 tickets, please. Yes. It's a done deal. I'm going to see Mickey Mouse. Me and my dad. It's all I'm beside myself. He parks the semi the way I would park my old minivan. Just with the ease and comfort that only comes from an old truck driver. We walk into the front gate of the Magic Kingdom. My dad, cowboy boots, pressed Lee jeans, pearl snap button shirt, still smoking a Camel non-filter. Because he's technically still at work, and that's sort of the uniform of the day. He's holding my hand, and I'm just this chubby kid from the Midwest with a grin ear to ear. We're walking down Main Street, people. This is good living. I don't remember a lot about that day. I remember some snippets. I remember my dad buying us lunch. I remember thinking he didn't look like the other dads. I remember some of the rides. But what stands out is at the end of the day, he had steered us to the corner of a street, and we just sort of waited there. And I didn't know what the deal was. We had already gone to the gift shop, and he bought me ears, my name embroidered on the back. But that's when the music started. In the distance, the sound of a band was coming. And it was a parade. A Main Street Disney parade. And there were lights, and Mickey and Minnie were the Grand Marshals, and they're waving. I can't see. My dad picks me up, puts it on his shoulders, and I can see Mickey and Minnie, and I'm waving, and there are more lights, and there are bands, and it is nuts. And I've had the best seat in the house because he got us on the corner. I'm on top of his shoulders. It's on top of the world. best day ever of my 8 years on earth. I don't remember much more. We probably woke up somewhere in a truck stop in Georgia the next day when he picked up a trailer and we delivered like we would for the rest of the 2-3 weeks I was with him that summer and every summer after. It wasn't until 15 years ago I took my kids to Disney World. It's a thing you get to do as a dad, right? And we stayed with my wife's grandparents in Sarasota. That's where base grandparents from Ohio live in Sarasota. And I remember driving my kids in my minivan the same path my dad drove me in a semi, and me telling my kids you could care less about my dad driving me in his truck on this path. And then there's the first billboard, second billboard, light poles with the ears, and my kids, I can tell, were getting excited too. On cue from my wife's grandparents, we got there super early, which will annoy me. But we saw Mickey and Minnie and the Chippendales show up on the train, and they sing the song, and they open the gates, and we walked in, me and my 2 boys, hand in hand, right at the gates by Mickey and Minnie. And I'm reliving that moment with my dad. I like to think I was more fashionably dressed than my dad was in 1981, but probably not. My kids didn't care. We rocked the whole day out. But then the night, we were kind of moving toward the gate, and my wife's grandparents said, no, we have one more stop. I'm like, we've done everything. We bought the ice cream, we rode the rides, we got the ears. What else there to do? They're like, there's a parade. Again? A parade? We're here for the parade? And Judy looked at me sort of strangely, like, well, yeah, there's 2 every day. There's an afternoon parade, and there's a nighttime parade. I'm like, every day? She says, yeah. Now I'm rethinking my entire childhood, because I was sure my dad aligned all the stars. A, to get a ride, a truck driving delivery to Florida, not godforsaken Topeka, right? He got me to Orlando. And he got me there the day of the big parade. Not just any day, the day of the parade. But now as an adult, I've learned that there's a parade twice a day, every day. But that's when the music started. And my Andrew, my little blonde-haired, fair-haired kid, he sort of touches my hand because I can't see. And I scoop him up. On my horribly dressed shoulders. Because he wants to see Buzz Lightyear. It was lit up like a really dorky plastic Christmas tree, like wings fade to wings fade, twinkly lights, and he's on top of this float, and I was like, that's the real Buzz, that's too big, and it's not a scope, but Andrew, my 5-year-old, on top of my shoulders is the best view, and he's waving to the Buzz Lightyear, all lit up, the bands are coming by, there's Mickey and Minnie, and suddenly, everything went wrong. That day, the dropped ice cream by Dumbo, the missed nap, and the temper tantrum by the boat ride, the toy he didn't get, it didn't matter anymore because he was waving to Buzz Lightyear. And so my disappointment from the realization that my parade wasn't that special was made up by knowing that this parade, the second one of a random day in June, was pretty special for him. And for that couple minutes, I was a strong-shouldered hero, just like my dad had been 25 years before.